With a gentle companion, find the wisdom to love yourself better. Today, we're going through Elaine Aron's book, The Highly Sensitive Person. You might have heard of this term before. This book is a foundational work in this field. Through this book, I hope to offer you a new understanding of highly sensitive individuals, helping you learn how to embrace this unique trait and transform it into a source of strength and wisdom. First, let's talk about what it means to be a highly sensitive person. If you already know this concept, you can skip to the next part. A highly sensitive person, HSP, is someone who's more sensitive to external stimuli than the average person. They often notice details that others might completely overlook, such as the atmosphere in a room, a subtle scent in the air, or even unspoken emotions. For highly sensitive people, this sensitivity isn't a flaw. In fact, it's a special gift. It grants them a stronger intuition and a deeper capacity for thought. Research shows that about 15% to 20% of the population are highly sensitive. This means that in every group, there are some people who are more sensitive than others. This sensitivity doesn't mean they're more fragile. On the contrary, it's an innate trait that allows them to perceive and understand the world more deeply. Highly sensitive people often excel in fields like the arts, counseling, and education because they are better able to perceive and understand others' emotions and needs. Their intuition often helps them navigate complex social interactions with ease, and when it comes to work that requires deep thinking and creativity, they tend to shine. However, this trait isn't without its challenges. Highly sensitive people tend to react more intensely to stress and stimulation than others. Their nervous systems respond more quickly to external stimuli, which means they need more time to process and digest this information. This also means that they need to find a balance in life to avoid the stress that comes with overstimulation. Let me share with you a true story about a woman named Kristen. Kristen was a particularly sensitive child, and her family and teachers always thought she was a bit different. She would get upset by all sorts of things. Loud music, crowded places, even the noise in the classroom would make her uncomfortable. Her parents took her to see various specialists, and they found that not only was her intelligence perfectly fine, but she was actually very bright. But despite this, Kristen was still labeled as weird. These misunderstandings and labels caused Kristen a lot of confusion and pain. She felt different from others and even began to wonder if something was wrong with her. This confusion followed her until one day she met a psychologist. The psychologist told her, "Don't worry, you're just highly sensitive." This statement was a revelation for Kristen. She suddenly realized that there was nothing wrong with her. She was just more sensitive than others. This story shows us that many times, our misunderstandings and stereotypes about highly sensitive people can cause them unnecessary distress and pain. But when we truly understand the nature of sensitivity, we can better accept ourselves or others and learn to live in harmony with this trait. Kristen's experience isn't unique. In fact, many highly sensitive people go through similar confusion and pain as they grow up. They might feel lonely because of their heightened sensitivity, or be misunderstood as difficult because they struggle to adapt to certain environments. These misunderstandings can come not only from others, but also from within themselves. Highly sensitive people often question their own feelings, wondering if they're too fragile or sensitive. However, as Kristen's story shows, sensitivity is not a flaw, but a unique trait. When highly sensitive people understand and accept their sensitivity, they often find a way to balance it with the world around them, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. As a highly sensitive person, many things in life may be more challenging than others might imagine. For example, a day spent shopping at the mall might just be a bit tiring for most people, but for a highly sensitive person, it could leave them feeling utterly exhausted, requiring days to recover. Highly sensitive people's bodies and emotional systems are extremely reactive to external stimuli, making them more prone to fatigue and stress. This sensitivity isn't just physical, it also includes emotional responses. Highly sensitive people are easily influenced by their surroundings. For instance, they can immediately sense whether a room's atmosphere is friendly or tense, and can even pick up on the unspoken emotions in relationships. While these abilities help them better understand and assist others, they also make it easier for them to feel emotionally burdened. When facing stress, highly sensitive people often react more intensely than others. They not only have to manage their own emotions, but also deal with all the external stimuli coming their way. The accumulation of this stress can lead them to a state of overstimulation, resulting in emotional fluctuations, anxiety, and even physical discomfort. For highly sensitive people, learning to manage and cope with this stress is crucial. Some highly sensitive people may feel uncomfortable in social situations, especially in crowded or noisy environments. They might feel anxious and uneasy due to the noise, bright lights, or pressure from the crowd. This discomfort isn't because they dislike socializing, it's because their nervous system reacts too strongly to these stimuli. Additionally, highly sensitive people might feel stressed because they are overly attuned to others' emotional responses. They often pick up on emotional shifts more quickly than others, which can make them feel burdened in social interactions. They might overanalyze others' words and actions, worrying about whether they've said or done something wrong, leading to unnecessary anxiety. To manage these challenges, highly sensitive people need to find coping strategies that work for them. First, they need to learn to recognize and understand their emotional responses, acknowledging that these reactions are part of their sensitive nature, rather than something being wrong with them. Second, they need to learn how to manage these emotional responses by finding ways to relax and recharge. So, as a highly sensitive person, how can you find balance in a world full of stimuli and stress? First, we need to learn to accept our sensitivity. Sensitivity isn't a flaw that needs to be changed. It's a unique part of who we are. Acceptance is the first step. Only when we truly accept our sensitivity can we learn how to live with it. Secondly, learning to manage and regulate our emotions is crucial. When highly sensitive people face overstimulation, they often need some time to recover. Therefore, giving yourself some alone time or relaxing through meditation, walking, or listening to music are effective ways to manage stress. Meditation is an excellent relaxation technique, especially for highly sensitive people. Through meditation, highly sensitive people can learn to focus on their breath or physical sensations, reducing the impact of external stimuli. Meditation can also help them better understand their emotions and learn to cope with stress in a calmer, more relaxed way. Walking is another great way to relax, especially walking in nature. The peace and beauty of nature can help highly sensitive people restore inner calm and feel more connected to the world. Whether it's a walk in the forest or a stroll by the sea, the power of nature can bring immense comfort to a sensitive soul. Setting boundaries is also an essential skill that highly sensitive people need to learn. Sensitive people often ignore their own feelings because they're too focused on others' needs, so learning to say no is a way to protect themselves. Don't be afraid to refuse others, because only when you prioritize your own needs can you truly help others. Highly sensitive people can also use small strategies to reduce stimulation in their daily lives. For example, creating a quiet and comfortable environment at home can help them unwind after a busy day. Using soft lighting, soothing music, or even aromatherapy can help them find a peaceful haven at home. At work, highly sensitive people might try breaking tasks into smaller steps, completing them gradually. This can reduce stress and help them stay focused and efficient. Also, avoiding multitasking and focusing on one thing at a time can help them reduce the likelihood of overstimulation. In intimate relationships, highly sensitive people often experience deeper and more complex emotional experiences. They have high emotional needs for their partners, which can sometimes lead them into intense emotional whirlpools in their romantic relationships. At times, the intensity of these emotions can even leave them feeling overwhelmed. Highly sensitive people tend to project their emotions onto their partners, expecting them to become the perfect image they have in their minds. However, reality often falls short of their expectations, and they may feel deep disappointment and pain. In such cases, sensitive individuals need to learn to distinguish between reality and fantasy, understand and accept their partner's true self, rather than idealizing them excessively. In relationships, highly sensitive people's emotions are often very intense. They might feel great joy or deep pain from a single word or action by their partner. This emotional volatility makes their romantic experiences more complex and profound than those of most people. Sometimes they might feel pressured because they are overly focused on their partner's emotional responses, worrying about whether they're doing well enough or if they're meeting their partner's needs. However, this emotional intensity also brings a unique beauty to their relationships. Highly sensitive people often have a deeper understanding and empathy for their partner's emotions, and they show great care and compassion in their relationships. This makes their romantic relationships more intimate and profound. To maintain emotional balance in relationships, however, highly sensitive people need to learn how to manage their emotional responses. They need to recognize that their partner cannot meet all their emotional needs or always understand their sensitivity. Therefore, they need to find their own space in the relationship and maintain emotional independence. Additionally, highly sensitive people in relationships need to learn how to communicate their sensitivity. By being open and honest, they can help their partner better understand their needs and avoid conflicts caused by misunderstandings. For example, when they feel overstimulated, they can tell their partner that they need some time to recover, rather than forcing themselves to continue socializing. For highly sensitive people, solitude isn't about escaping. It's a necessary way to recharge. In moments of solitude, they can better process complex emotions, organize their thoughts, and restore their energy. This doesn't mean they dislike socializing or close relationships. It just means they need more time than others to balance internal and external stimuli. The need for solitude in highly sensitive people is often misunderstood as being aloof or cold, but in reality, it's just a way for them to protect themselves and maintain inner balance. If you're a highly sensitive person, remember to give yourself enough alone time so that you can stay at your best when facing the outside world. If your partner or friend is highly sensitive, try to understand their need for solitude and don't see it as distance or coldness. It's just part of their self-care. Solitude is an essential way for highly sensitive people to restore their inner balance. During their alone times, they can let go of external pressures and focus on their inner world. This inner exploration and self-reflection can help them better understand their emotional reactions and find the strength to face challenges. Highly sensitive people can also use solitude to engage in creative activities like painting, writing, or music. These activities not only help them express their inner emotions, but also bring them peace and fulfillment through the process of creation. Through creative expression, they can turn their sensitivity into a form of artistic power. When it comes to career choices, highly sensitive people often face challenges. They don't like overly stimulating work environments and aren't well suited to cutthroat workplace cultures. So what kinds of jobs are more suitable for them? First, highly sensitive people often excel in careers that require subtle perception and deep thought. Fields like counseling, education, creative arts, and research are areas where highly sensitive people can leverage their strengths. Secondly, they may prefer jobs with a high degree of autonomy, such as freelancing, writing, or design work, roles that allow them to manage their time and tasks at their own pace. At the same time, highly sensitive people need to be mindful of finding balance in their work, avoiding burnout from overcommitment. After all, only when you take care of yourself can you perform at your best in your job. Choosing a career that suits them is crucial for highly sensitive people. They need to find work that feels fulfilling and meaningful, not just a job to pay the bills. Because highly sensitive people are often very attuned to their work environment and relationships, if their job doesn't align with their values or interests, they may feel deeply uncomfortable and anxious. Highly sensitive people should first consider their passions and talents when choosing a career. They often excel in fields that require creativity, empathy, and deep thinking, so they should look for jobs that allow them to use these traits. For example, they might become a counselor, helping others with emotional issues, an artist, expressing their inner world through their work, or an educator, passing on their sensitivity and care to students. Additionally, highly sensitive people might choose careers with a high degree of autonomy, like freelancing, writing, or design. These jobs allow them to work at their own pace, avoiding the competitive pressures and relationship issues of traditional workplaces. At the same time, these careers give them more space to realize their creativity and express their individuality. In their work, highly sensitive people need to learn how to balance their work and life. They often become so absorbed in their work that they neglect their own needs, so they need to pay special attention to self-care. For example, taking regular breaks at work to avoid long periods of intense work, or scheduling relaxing activities like walking or meditation after work to help them recharge. For some highly sensitive people, dealing with intense emotions or stress may lead them to consider medication. Here, It's important to note that sensitive individuals often react more strongly to medication than others, so they must use any medication with caution and under a doctor's guidance. Some medications might help you relieve extreme states, but they can also come with side effects like sleep disturbances or emotional fluctuations. Therefore, before deciding to take medication, it's best to understand its effects and possible side effects, and closely monitor your body and emotional changes during the treatment. Medication isn't the only option. In fact, many highly sensitive people manage their emotions and stress effectively through lifestyle changes and psychological therapy. For example, by increasing exercise, improving diet, and learning relaxation techniques, highly sensitive people can gradually alleviate the discomfort caused by overstimulation. Exercise is a highly effective way to relieve stress, particularly beneficial for highly sensitive people. Regular physical activities like yoga, tai chi, or jogging can help the body release stress and anxiety while boosting overall health. Exercise can also help highly sensitive people better manage their emotions and maintain a positive mental state. Improving diet is also crucial in managing emotions and stress. Highly sensitive people can enhance their resistance by consuming foods rich in vitamins and minerals such as vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. Reducing caffeine and sugar intake helps stabilize emotions and avoid mood swings. Highly sensitive people might also try natural herbs or supplements like chamomile, lavender, or magnesium, which can help relax the nervous system and improve sleep. However, when using these alternative therapies, it's still important to be cautious and consult with a doctor or professional nutritionist to ensure safety. Additionally, psychological therapy is a vital tool for highly sensitive people to manage their emotions. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is an effective method that helps people identify and change negative thought patterns, improving their emotions and behavior. For highly sensitive people, CBT can help them learn to cope with external stimuli and reduce negative self-assessment of their sensitivity. Interpersonal therapy, IPT, is another effective psychological therapy, particularly for those highly sensitive people who struggle with social relationships. IPT helps individuals improve their relationships, reduce feelings of loneliness and social anxiety, and enhance their emotional well-being. For highly sensitive people, IPT can help them build healthier relationships and boost social confidence. Highly sensitive people often have a deeper pursuit of spiritual and emotional life. They might seek the meaning of life in philosophy, religion, or the arts. This quest not only helps them find inner peace, but also enables them to face life's challenges with greater composure. In this process, sensitive individuals need to learn how to connect with their inner world and listen to their inner voice. Whether through meditation, writing, or connecting with nature, these practices can help them find their inner strength. Meditation is a spiritual practice that is particularly well suited for highly sensitive people. Through meditation, highly sensitive people can learn to focus on the present moment, reducing anxiety about the past or future. Meditation also helps them better understand their emotions and learn to face their sensitivity with an open and accepting attitude. Writing is another excellent form of self-expression, especially for introverted, highly sensitive people. Through writing, they can record their inner feelings and thoughts, which is not only a release of emotions, but also a process of self-exploration. Writing helps them better understand themselves and find meaning and direction in life. Connecting with nature is also a way for highly sensitive people to find inner strength. The tranquility and beauty of nature can help them restore inner calm and feel more connected to the world. Whether it's walking in the forest or strolling along the beach, the power of nature can bring immense comfort to a sensitive soul. At the same time, sensitive people can also realize their self-worth by helping others. Because they can perceive subtle details that others might miss, they can offer unique support and understanding to others. Through this, they not only better understand themselves, but also bring comfort and strength to others. For highly sensitive people, communication and understanding are especially important in relationships. Because they are so sensitive to others' emotions and behaviors, they often feel internal pressure and distress. To build healthy relationships, sensitive individuals need to learn how to communicate effectively and gain a deeper understanding of their sensitivity. First, sensitive people need to learn to express their feelings. When they feel uncomfortable or stressed, expressing this to the other person can prevent misunderstandings and unnecessary conflicts. At the same time, they also need to learn to listen to the other person's feelings, understanding their needs and expectations. In communication, highly sensitive people need to be aware that their sensitivity to details might lead to misunderstandings. For example, when they sense something off in the other person's tone or expression, they might overinterpret it, thinking the other person is unhappy or angry with them. In reality, the other person might just be thinking about something else and not directing anything at them. In such cases, sensitive people need to learn to distinguish between real emotional signals and their own assumptions, and seek clarification from the other person when necessary instead of making guesses. Additionally, when interacting with others, sensitive people need to learn to set boundaries. Don't overcompromise out of fear of hurting others' feelings, as this will only leave you feeling more exhausted and uneasy. Learning to say no at the right time is a way to protect yourself. Setting boundaries is not only for self-protection, but also for teaching others to respect your needs. To build healthy relationships, highly sensitive people also need to learn how to handle conflict. When faced with conflict, sensitive individuals often feel emotional pressure and might choose avoidance out of fear of hurting the other person. However, avoidance doesn't solve problems and can make them more complex. When dealing with conflict, sensitive people can try using reflective listening techniques, which involve repeating back the other person's views and feelings while listening to ensure that they fully understand. This approach not only helps to de-escalate conflicts, but also fosters better mutual understanding. In relationships, conflict and challenges are inevitable, especially when the needs and expectations of both parties don't align. For highly sensitive people, dealing with these conflicts can be especially tough because they often feel emotionally burdened. When facing conflict, the first thing sensitive people need to learn is how to pause. When emotions become too intense, taking a break from the conversation to calm down can help them handle the conflict more effectively. Pausing isn't about avoiding the issue. It's a form of self-protection that prevents saying something hurtful in the heat of the moment. Self-reflection is another important tool for highly sensitive people in dealing with conflict. After taking a moment to cool down, reviewing the conflict and considering their role and behavior in it is crucial. Through self-reflection, sensitive individuals can better understand their emotional responses and make better choices in future interactions. For example, when you're involved in a conflict with someone, try asking yourself, why did I react this way? What triggered my emotions? By doing this, sensitive people can better understand their emotional triggers and find more effective ways to cope. Moreover, when dealing with conflict, sensitive people need to learn how to express their needs and feelings. Many times, conflicts arise because one or both parties' needs aren't being met, or because expectations weren't clearly communicated. Through honest communication, sensitive individuals can help others understand their needs and find solutions that work for both sides. Although sensitive people might struggle with stress and conflict, their sensitivity also allows them to make unique contributions in both work and life. Because of their acute awareness of details and emotions, they often play important roles in teams, offering unique perspectives and solutions. In the workplace, sensitive people can use their intuition and insight to identify potential problems and propose innovative solutions. Their keen perception allows them to better understand clients' needs and provide more tailored services. For example, in a team project, a highly sensitive person might notice potential conflicts or issues earlier than others and proactively suggest solutions. Their empathy and understanding enable them to act as a bridge in the team, helping members with differing viewpoints find common ground and ensuring the project progresses smoothly. In life, sensitive people's empathy and care make them pillars of support for friends and family. They can quickly sense emotional changes in others and offer support and help. It's these qualities that allow them to build deep and meaningful connections in their relationships. For instance, when a friend or family member is going through a tough time, a highly sensitive person can provide more profound and targeted advice than most people. They not only listen to the other person's concerns, but also use their sensitivity to understand their deeper feelings, offering more compassionate support. Whether you're a highly sensitive person or not, I hope today's discussion has helped you better understand this special trait. Sensitivity isn't a weakness. It's a unique strength. It allows us to perceive the world more deeply, experience life more richly, and find our own path in this complex world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.